the pleasure is all ours, believe me. It's very kind of you to come backstage and talk about the music and what we do. Believe me, we get a bit tired talking amongst ourselves all the time. So it makes a change to talk to somebody else about the music. Well, as you know, we really wanted to do something different with this album. Originally, we were a mathcore band, as you know, and we became very tired of the mathcore style, and so we became core. But then we thought very long and hard, and we realized that core was not really a genre. So we were a mathcore band, then we were a core band. Then we decided that we were just a band. Band. Oh, but I'm so sorry. It's bitteschön, so rude of me. Would you like some sugar for your coffee? Yeah, good. I'll pop it in for you. I'm sorry, sometimes we forget our manners. We leave them on the stage. Oh yeah. Kershaw, our second album, yeah. It was a mistake, we think. We know now that it was a mistake. The main point that was wrong was using kitchen utensils instead of instruments. Big mistake. It sounded like your man, the Gordon Ramsay, shouting in the kitchen of hell. That would have been a good name for a song if we had thought of that at the time. But instead we just named the tracks after the different utensils that we used. So, saucepan, and then frying pan, and then colander. It's a funny word, colander. Strange word. But we really liked the track that we did. It was called Sieve, because when we used the sieve, it sounded like it was like Glockenspiel, but it's just very cool sound. We enjoyed it much. But this gig was good. Yeah, our latest album, Elevator to Hell, we think this will be the big break that the band has been looking for. Yeah, because we actually have taken a lot of influence for this album from Japanese pop music. Yeah. So where the previous albums were based on kitchen utensils or Satan, this album is very much about doki doki, like heartbeat. So doki doki is the best track on the album. Yeah, none of us speak Japanese, but we have been told that we sound Japanese, which is cool. We've never played Tokyo. We should go there sometime. That would be really cool. I've been playing bass for 3 months. Yeah, long time. And the band has been together for 4 years. Before that, I was pretending to play bass. It's a big thing, you know. When you're in the metal world, a lot of the time you don't have time to learn to play the instruments. So you must pretend. Yeah, you pretend to play the instrument so that you can look like you are on the stage playing the instrument. It's like the Britney Spears when she didn't sing, but she opened her mouth like that. Yeah. What we are we very much enjoy pretending to play music and also actually playing music too. And the best thing actually is meeting the fans like you. When we meet a fan who really, really likes what we do, and they want to spend time with us, learn a little bit more about the music that our producer writes, it means so much to our hearts, honestly. Ich liebe dich, yeah. It's like all the philosophers, Plato, Aristotle, scholars and teachers, and we feel that we are passing down the mantle of the next big metal band to you, the fans. My favorite band of all time. Mein Gott. Well, it's a difficult question, yeah. You ask that to all the bands you hung around with? I didn't think so. Well, I have always been a fan of the Carpenters und ABBA, obviously. And let me think. I don't know, favorite bands. I have a soft spot for Tom Jones. Yeah, he's a good singer. Well, life would be boring if you just listened to one type of music, don't you think? I think there are a lot of people who listen to one type of music. They need to broaden horizons. No, of course it's alright to listen to one type of music, but don't close off an entire genre because it contradicts what you listen to, what you believe, And that's what we're trying to do with Elevator to Hell. Really bend genres, bend people's expectations of what metal music can be. And as I said, we are a band now. So we're not mathcore, core, or anything else, screamo, emo, nothing like that. We have transcended the idea of genre entirely, and now we are a band. And that is why we are called Band. We recently changed the name. Well, the lead singer was very keen on changing the name of the band to Led Zeppelin. But we pointed out to him, Hans, there is already a band called Led Zeppelin. You can't change the name of the band to Led Zeppelin. You get into trouble. And, the last thing rock music is about is getting into trouble. Don't you think? No. Nein. What is more important, getting into trouble or having a good safe time? Yeah. Well, back in the day, maybe we were wild. Yeah, maybe a little crazy. Sometimes I would maybe ride my tricycle on the wrong side of the road just to scare myself, really build up that idea of fear and life. Metal. And that's what metal is, Grabbing fear by the throat or by the stabilizers and steering it away. Yeah, it's very important. That's why a lot of the themes in our music is about fear. So the drummer, Jacob, he actually, one time, he was in the park with mother and father, and he went on this thing. And he was very young, 28, something like that. And anyway, his father was pushing him on this swing. Higher, Jacob would say, I want to go higher. And his father was like, are you sure, Jacob? Don't get high. And so Jacob persisted to his father. He said, higher, mein Vater. And so his father pushed him, and then What do you think happened? Any normal soul would jump off our skull straight away. Jacob, because he's crazy, he stayed on the swing, and his father pushed so hard, so fast, that this thing went up and over the frame. And Jacob, I swear, got up. When he see it fallen off this thing, he got up and he had urinated himself. But because Jacob wears the torn jeans, the urination, as he had spun around on the frame, had spread everywhere, all over his vater, all over his mutter, everywhere, and he was terrified. And so that is why we wrote the track on the new album that is called Face Your Fears. Because 2 years ago we went back to that same playground and I pushed Jacob on that thing again, and I said, "Do you want to go higher, Jacob?" And Jacob said, "Yes." I pushed him again. He said, "Do you want to go higher, Jacob?" "Yes." And he swung over the frame once again, because I'm very strong. And he got off the swing, smiled. And he had urinated again, but he smiled and he said, "You know, I have faced my fears and I will write a song about it." And he's the drummer, so he does not write songs. He was misguided at that point. But the point is that rock music, metal, is about having fear, confronting it, and taking mastery of it, taking it back into control so that it has no power over you anymore. And you know, people were like, "You can't do an album about swing sets and parks. People will laugh at you." Which is why we wrote the doom metal track, Going Down the Swirly Side. You know the slides, it's a tubular, like worms. You go inside and you go wee to the bottom. We wrote that because we thought that it is another good way of confronting fear. The worm, and what it represents. It digs and eats dirt. And we knew that, so we wanted to encapsulate that idea of something that goes into the dirt and comes back out. And I just made that whole bit up, but you get the idea. To be true, I have very little creative input into the band, and so to that extent a lot of the subject matter is not really consulted with me, but I'm important when it comes to writing a bass line that goes E, 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 A, E, E, or even E, 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 A, E, 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 A, or D, 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 you get the idea. I should thank you for spending time with me. Dankeschön. I know that you were in the queue to see the lead singer, and it can't have been easy to end up with me, but I think hopefully you've learned something about the band, and hopefully you have enjoyed our time. Dankeschön.